Hey, I'm Pleks. I'm from Germany, based in Dortmund, and I am a DJ, music producer for 13 years now, and currently in the harder side of techno, doing fast, energetic rave music, which is like 4 on the floor, straight up high energy and good vibes. Being a DJ means, to me, actually having a very big privilege of like being able to meet a lot of people, have a good community, being able to see places that I usually would not go to. But it's also a lot of stress. It's also a very lonely job. Like, you are the guy who comes to the party usually by yourself, or if you're lucky with someone else, and you leave the party, and a lot of hotel room nights in places you've never been. So it's a lot of times not at home. But it's fun. It's a great adventure for me. And yeah, as I said, I'm feeling blessed and privileged doing this. So this first ever touch with electronic music was Skrillex's Scary Monsters, Nice Sprites. I'm thinking like 2009-ish, somewhere there. Fell in love with like weird sounds and how do people make this. And I started to then like jam around on my iPad, where I had like GarageBand for free, I don't know, like jam around. And from there on, I went through like basically all type of like genres that were like popular. So house, from American side, like the dubstep, drum and bass like world that kind of like waved over to Europe. And from there on, I started 2020 to become more and more interested in like the proper techno and also the history and culture of techno, and developed like my own sound and style with it. And somehow never left the scene, you know? So that's how I became a techno guy. For the first time playing in front of people, I was nervous. I was also very bad. So I was not able to read the crowd at all. I just prepared whatever I thought is cool at home, not thinking about like the club or the vibe that is gonna be there in the night. So also I didn't bring enough music, so I thought like, oh, these few tracks will be enough, because at home it kind of fit the set time, but like playing live I was like mixing faster and was no more nervous. So yeah, that was like the first experience where I was like thrown into cold water. And yeah, it was also a big lesson because it was not the greatest performance. I am a big fan of Vantek. He's like a proper hard techno legend. He's doing a lot of like shrans, hard groove stuff, but like not what we call it nowadays, like actually like from 2010-9 stuff. And listening to his music and analyzing the way he does music production taught me a lot about like that techno needs a groove. Yes, it's repetitive patterns, but like you have to keep it up and get like the hips moving, you know, so you need to have like some elements that give you like a constant groove. That's like a huge impact for me in terms of techno. Outside the electronic dance world, I would say the band System of a Down is like long path for me, and also like their lead singer as a solo project as Serj Tankian, where he's done like opera. He made like one of the main theme songs for Game of Thrones, where you can recognize his voice. So like that's like outside of like the electronic music world, a lot of like inspiration that I get from. And when it's about like thinking outside the box and music production, I would go for Tame Impala. It's like crazy, doing all himself, going crazy with the productions. If you read the music basically while listening to it and try to analyze all the elements, it's really fascinating and crazy. So if you would ask me a year ago, I would say I make less music, I make more energy to provide like good constant energy in the dance floor, keep the people jumping, dancing. But the longer I'm into this, I feel my music needs to get back to like more the music side, so more melodies to sing along, to keep in the head, not only like hard kick drums and going crazy and jumping around, because you cannot do this for a whole night. So right now I would say still fast-paced and hard and energetic, but like with a slight touch of like funny melodies and like catchiness. So yeah, I would sum it up as catchy and energetic. I think inspiration comes from random things. Like sometimes I'm in, I don't know, let's call it Zara, the shopping place, and they have like a great house music playlist going, and I'm like feeling, oh shit, it's really cool. Like I'm bumping my head, and I'm like, oh, this chord progression, whatever, it's so cool. Like I like how you maneuvered from whatever minor to major chord out of nowhere. Stuff like this. It's like simple things, and you're getting randomly hit by inspiration while shopping, whatever. Yeah. That's like a typical situation for me. Or in a bar where you're sitting and like music's going in the background, and you're like, oh yeah, there's like a groove. You know, like I want to do similar grooves. That's where I feel inspired from. But also like from old school music, like I don't know, some 80s songs, 90s songs. How do they arrange stuff? How did like the old legends like, I don't know, Jeff Mills arrange songs? They used the drum machine, so I can like use the elements from a drum machine, actually like arrange songs the same way by not like filtering and doing all the crazy stuff. I just stop it because they didn't have the fancy gear too back in the days. So yeah, that's like little things where I get the inspiration from, I would say. So for the sets, I usually do not prepare at all. Like I play spontaneous. Yes, I have a few songs that I want to play because they're new, or I just found them, or I just made them, whatever. Or I know the people want to hear them because they're like a production of mine. That I include them, like the evergreens. But then I basically just jump around the playlist. So whenever you see me live, you see me busy, like scrolling through playlists and going crazy on like the searching for the next track to cue in. So I actually get like the inspiration for the DJ sets from the room itself. So if the room gives me good energy, I can have a very good energy to translate it into the music and play around with that. Beside that, like for work, when you ask me around the whole work that I have to do for this, I have a good network of friends that I like can ask for feedback. One of them is like a model for Nike and whatever brand dev shop, and whenever I have to do like a photo shoot, I'm kind of awkward in front of the camera, like I don't know how to pose and whatever, and then I ask him like, hey man, can you help me out with this? And he has like some inspirational crazy ideas. So like I have a good network of people that help me and get me inspired, or even help me out when I'm not inspired with creativity. Yeah. So I would have to divide this a bit into like when I started to make music and when I started the Pleks brand as a career. So the first part of just trying to make it in music is to actually get inside the circles of DJs and clubs. It was long before COVID, so like all the promoters, all the club owners were like a solid circle for themselves and do not really let people in, especially not the newcomers that are not selling enough tickets, you know, so like a headliner. So that was like the first step to somehow like find this way into the scene, and also like define yourself as an artist and then find a way into the scene. And as a Pleks brand to start right after COVID, I mean, I founded the brand a few months before COVID hit, actually, the pandemic, and I was not able to play it all. But the first things was actually like, how can I translate myself to an audience and grow an audience, and how can I land like releases to hit a certain like reach and get it out to the people. So I'm like, I was struggling a lot with like the reach, especially when everyone else is like crazy on social media and you're like just starting and trying to build an account from scratch. Yeah, so that would be like the first struggles, I would say, for me. Yeah. The current scene, I would say, is very fast moving. Globalization and social media makes trends hop fast, and like everything else in life, it's like this like little 3-second attention span from the people. There are not really a lot of people that are actually like from the younger generation that are able to like fall into a set and just like enjoy and see where the DJ is taking them. It needs to be like the certain amount of hits that they know from the social media platform or different set to like, oh yeah, I know this song, and then they go crazy. It's like a little weird dynamic compared to when I started to play. It's different, so now you have to adapt a bit and play different sets, or you hear different sets when you listen to other artists play. But also the scene opened up to more people. So you have now, since COVID, the promoters changed, the club owners changed, so different people are leading, and now it's a chance for like young talents to come up, new talents to come up, new collectives to form, new labels to form. So like old structures broke up, and now it's like a new scene to come up. So it's good and bad sides, but overall I would say it's a good change that we currently see. When it's about new artists that I would call exciting right now, I mean, there's a huge list of talents that I could not name all. Like, it would take hours for me to write a list and then tell you the list. But like Morelia is a guy, I think he's based in the US, who's doing a lot of like bounce stuff, but like he did it like years ago already, and like his tracks are like really catchy and like really spot on in the club. They're a cool breaker from like the super festival, big sounds, and then you go like into a very dynamic and fast bouncing direction. It's cool. Also, I don't know, No Name. This is his name from France. Great guy, great DJ. The Muffin Man, funny name, is a girl from the UK, I think. Also, great artist. And of course, my friend Sheriff that I mentioned earlier, my friend with the modeling photo shoot stuff, is like starting to produce now, and it's like very talented in DJing. So his sets are like insane when it comes to like creativity and like falling into like a journey. Yeah. I mean, nights to remember and like crazy stuff that happened, especially in the last year and end of 2023 and the whole 2024. There was a ton of sets and nights that have been like super crazy memorable. I think personally, like the favorite one's been like with Lucid, B2B. Me and him got booked very often to play back to back together. We played in AFAS live. It's like a huge venue in Amsterdam. I'm not sure about the capacity, but like I think like 10K or something. People and like lasers going and crazy light show and all this. And you spend like with one of your best friends, you can like just jump on stage and go stupid, you know, like and just have fun with all your friends surrounding you. It's like always very like heart touching. Like even a few nights or days later, you're still getting touched from it, you know, like you're like, oh, that was such a great night. Same situation with Lucid again, playing B2B with Tegendrats for my birthday 2024, where we played in front of like 13,000 people, massive indoor space with like fire rockets going crazy and like firework and whatever it is, like people just being in madness and energy. So that was like also really cool. Yeah. I'm a music producer first, so I started to like dive into music production before I started to DJ, and I feel it still is more rewarding to me. Like I love the nights, I love the people, I love the energy. That's like really rewarding too. But when it comes to my personal joy, looking at a finished song that I personally really enjoy, even though I listened to it 100 million times already, is that thing that will give me, I think, until I'm old and wrinkly, I will still like have the joy of making music. But when it comes to balancing things out right now, like when I was doing like a full-time main job before I went full-time into music, like making music was like a relief thing for me, like to decompress and get like rid of the stress. And now since music is the main part, I kind of like have to find another way to decompress from this stress again. So that's like I'm happy to have like a good like social circle around me privately that like where I can talk to people and be around them and just like get fresh energy and fresh air technically, and then go back full energy and full creativity into the production stuff. So I built a brand which is called The Escape as a like little collective / event series in Germany, and we've paused the whole thing for 2024 because I was too busy touring myself, so I did not have the time to actually do stuff. And right now it's getting really exciting. Like we did this in Toronto now, we did it in Paris, like collaborating with local promoters and bring the brand with me together as an artist and the brand, and like just be able to, you know, show the collective side, do the crazy fun part of being a promoter and a DJ and a collective, and like I can support my residents that I have on there and like bring them to exciting places. So that's like right now I would say one of my bigger like goals / projects in the near future, to actually make it happen as I envision it and how I wanted to have it. And it's looking really good, really exciting. And also I would say with personally, like for the brand as a DJ, the next music releases are gonna be like exciting for me. So it's gonna be a slightly different sound with like a music video to produce and like merch coming around like the same line. So it's like very big projects that are a lot of fun and give me a lot of like creative space to show. I mean, I'm blessed that for example, we released it on last Friday. It's a collaboration with T78. He's in the game, I hope I'm not mistaken, but like 25 years-ish. To like he's doing T78 with like more peak time sound, and then he presents Activator. It's like his brand for like the harder sound. We collaborated on this and had this like really exciting track. I currently on number 8 on Beatport, I think, so raising up immediately with the charts, and has like 12, 15K streams within a few days. So it's like crazy how this track is supported. But that is like a big like collaboration on my bucket list that I'm now able to check off and like be proud of. I mean, there's plenty of names, like Vantek, for example, would be like I mentioned him earlier. It would be great to collaborate on him, or like some famous singer maybe to get him like on board and get a collaboration between, I don't know, like it's called Dua Lipa, for example, as a famous singer, to have like a song with her, like her voice on my track, official, not just an edit that I sneaky made, like whatever. So that would be like crazy and cool. Yeah. 10 years from now, I turned 30 this year, so then I will be 40. I hopefully will have a nice place, like a house that I bought in a nice place with more sun than in Germany. So I would love to move somewhere nice. Music-wise, I would love to have like a legacy of like songs that I made and like left my imprint in the scene, and still be able to perform, of course, but like maybe less often than I do now. So like maybe once a while. And I would love to still be able to make music and give knowledge to like the next generation, maybe teach, maybe give courses, whatever. That would be like great. And yeah, I think that's why I see myself, but still connected to music and making music, creative. Do not sleep on social media. Like the game, as unromanticizing as it sounds, but like 70% social media and 30% talent right now, because like you have to sell a brand, a product, you have to be able to sell tickets. So that's like through social media you can reach an audience without having to have like a big label or budget that you have to pay on. And yeah, just like create music, produce music, be yourself, unique. Do not use the same generic sample packs. Try to reach out to people. Try to get as like a mentor and like hard critic for your work, so you can actually get like improve yourself. You will always show the music to your friends and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's such a great song, but you need someone who's like actually like complaining about the tiny bits that make your music go better and become the next level. So that's what I think is like the most important advice I can give. I mean, right now I see a lot of changes with the people. Like a lot of people compare themselves on social media, and like a lot of pressure, especially like politics worldwide is shifting, and everything is kind of weird. So, like, especially in the techno and rave scene, at least in Europe, I'm not sure about Canada right now, like be back to the roots of techno and like unity and be together and like tolerant and acceptive and whatever, like inclusive, and not like hating on people on social media, sharing like, I don't know, whatever, bullying videos. Be nice, be one, and stand up against whatever politic shifting is going on right now in the world.